So today I want to talk about the advantages of being couples and in business together, even a notary business, why there are advantages to this. Hi, my name is Mark with Noble Notary Signing Service channel, Noble Digital Empire. So how is it that couples can succeed and even excel running a business together? And what are some of the advantages of doing that? Well, one of the obvious ones is you get to work with, your partner, your significant other, people you love. So you get to have a lot more quality time together than you would otherwise. But let's talk about the business fielding part of it. Well, so here's where it's great, especially in my particular business model where we do notary appointments. If you are a notary, taking your spouse on and getting them a commission. One thing is you have steady workflow if there's credential overlaps. Okay. So like if one of you gets a license or appointment at a different time than the other, and there's some credential updating that needs to take place, you will have any overlap in work. So that's one. But two would be your ability to bring a witness to a transaction with you. Obviously, you can bring your spouse with you, which is super important. It does increase your average order value by doing that if you have a witness. And of course, what better witness than your spouse? And then three would be you have somebody who's familiar with your line of work who can double check it. And the other thing about this is this setup is actually very appealing to a lot of vendors like title companies and stuff, because they feel like they can make one call and have a greater shot at order fulfillment with just that one call than if they call the single notary, because they know that there's two of you. So odds are one of you can fill that appointment. So that is another advantage. The other is if you were working out of, say, a home office, which today this is the office, but if you're working out of a home office, one of you can be at home taking appointments while the other one is out in the field doing, say, the mobile appointments as well. So that is an advantage. Obviously, those affect your bottom line very good. But let me talk about some other ways that this is advantageous that you may not be thinking of. So some of the other things you may not have considered are the marketing aspects of the business. Well, two are better than one when it comes to marketing, and you can literally divide that workload and conquer, and you can go massively faster than, say, a business owner who's doing this on their own. So let me give you an example. Grace works on a lot of our social media stuff, social media content, the social media post. She does a lot of the social media marketing for us. Well, I work on the digital marketing stuff, the search engine optimization marketing and the paid ad marketing. So, but the two of us are dividing that workload, but it's for the same benefit and for the same business. So we are able to go much faster and accomplish much more in a typical day than you would if it was just you out there doing it yourself. It's not to say that all is lost if you're a solopreneur, but I'm just planting that seed that if you are couples, being a couplepreneur and couple notary entrepreneur, even, or any business, why it would benefit you. Now, here is another idea that I'm going to drop on you, and that is the idea of the expansion of services. So this business, how I said, being a couples doesn't only apply to notary, it applies to anything. We've got friends who own a mortgage and lending and a title and real estate office, all wrapped into one business that these couples, now the one does the mortgages and the other does the real estate, and I believe they just hire people to do title work. But this is an example of how they can run multiple services under one business and really excel, and then they really, really prosper doing that. But also they create this couples brand, which people tends to resonate well with people. And the other thing is that you don't have to know it all and do it all. You can acquire one skill while the other can acquire another. For example, let's say that you decide to add, if we're staying in the realm of notary and insurance. Well, one of you could get what we call a P&C license, which is property and casualty insurance, and another could get a license as life and health insurance, and then combine your assets together and your licenses to have this notary and insurance agency or office. So, but without either of you trying to know everything involved. And this also creates, the same as that example of the realty and lending, it also creates the opportunity for you to cross-sell more or to kind of self-refer. So if one of us is, say, doing an auto insurance policy, they can refer back to the other one for some quotes on something like life insurance or health insurance. So it makes good sense. And those are just a couple of kind of blanket examples. This can apply to, like I said, any business model. It becomes a great idea, and any services you want to add in your business. So A lot of people, they see some of the services that we offer and they go, geez, it seems like you're spreading yourself thin, or you're a jack of all trades or a master of none. Well, let me be the first to tell you that, one, when you divide it like that, that's not the case. And number two, that's bullcrap anyways. I mean, what kind of limits are you putting on yourself that you don't think you can learn a new skill or develop a new asset? It's ridiculous. The reality is that we only own one business, that is GM Science Companies. And under that business, we have offers. I look at them as offers. I have an insurance offer. I have a notary offer. I have consulting and educational offers. Okay. That's all they are. They're just initial offer. And by all means, you want to have offers for people, because being a one-trick notary can cause some problems. I mean, things can dry up, especially if you're concerned about competition, which you shouldn't be, because you should be of the mind that it is you who is solely responsible for the growth of your business, not what somebody else is doing. That's it for today. I hope you found this useful. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Of course, we like to reply to those comments and get your feedback. That's it. Have a great week, and God bless.